You weren't born broken. You were born whole, then thrown into chaos and told to smile through it. They never admit that part, do they? You're not behind because you're lazy or stupid. The game was rigged from the start and no one gave you the rule book. You're behind because you were fighting to survive. While they lived in peace, you were breaking behind a smile every single day. And now you're here, still trying to figure out how to get fed while they're already feasting. They're on dessert, and you're still hunting for your first meal. No one taught you how to build, they just barked at you and told you to fight. When you stumbled, they blamed you for the fall. They called you broken, as if you created the chaos around you. But listen, you are not broken. You're just built differently, stronger in all the places that cracked. Life isn't a roadmap handed out at orientation. It's not a tidy classroom with instructions on the board. Life is a jungle, untamed, unpredictable, and often unfair. Some people were handed tools at birth. They were handed maps, every resource they needed, and a clear path ahead. But you were handed scars and told good luck. They had mentors and safety nets. You had survival instincts and wounds. And now you wonder why it feels like you're always catching up. Because no one told you. They started miles ahead while you clawed your way from zero. It's not a fair race. It never was. And it's not even your fault. In this jungle, you fought with whatever you could find, carving your own path through the thorns and the vines that keep choking you. But here's the thing about jungles. They don't hand out rewards for effort. They don't care how tired you are. They test you again and again until you stop waiting for a rescue and start becoming something they never saw coming. Strength doesn't show up overnight. It shows up in pieces, one scar at a time. You might not feel it yet, but keep listening, because you will. How many years have you spent waiting? Waiting for life to ease up, for someone to notice your struggle, waiting for a lucky break, for the jungle to clear a path. You thought suffering long enough would summon a guide, but day after day, no pack came running when darkness closed in. No wise mentor emerged with answers. Eventually, the truth caught up to you. It didn't break you all at once. It just sat there until it did. You looked around and realized no one was coming. And yeah, that hurt. Not because you were weak, but because you held on to hope longer than most would have. It's the kind of pain that either crushes or awakens you. And it awakened you. Because one day, you got tired of waiting. Tired of begging the jungle to ease its grip. Tired of crouching in the weeds, hoping someone else would clear the way. That day, something shifted. You realized no one's coming. The only one who can rescue you is you. They don't teach you that. The jungle forced you to learn. And the moment you did, when you stopped waiting for a savior, you became dangerous. Dangerous to everything that ever tried to hold you back. A person who needs nothing from anyone can do anything. The jungle doesn't care if you're exhausted. It won't pause to let you breathe. Every sunrise asks you one brutal question. Who will you be today? Prey or predator? Prey stays passive, hiding and numbing pain. Prey asks, why me? But the predator inside you, it adapts. Predators sharpen instincts in shadows, studying every rustle and scent. Predators stop apologizing for existing and claim their territory. Prey waits for opportunities. Predators create opportunities from nothing. Understand, it's not about cruelty. It's about awareness. Awareness that you're not a helpless pawn. Awareness that your survival sharpened instincts they'll never know. You don't need to roar to prove you're powerful. True strength is quiet. Stop pretending you're anything less than built for this. Every scar and trauma ensured it. Ask yourself today, prey or predator? And if exhaustion whispers prey, remember, even predators tire, but they hunt first, rest later. You keep thinking you're falling behind, don't you? Always a step or 10 steps slower than everyone else. But listen, you're on an entirely different trail. They sprinted down easy paths. You climbed mountains just to reach level ground. So why compare your journey to people who never had to climb the mountains you did? Sure, they hit life's milestones on time. They bought houses, climbed the corporate ladders, but the easy road was never an option for you. While they networked at happy hours, you were fighting demons at 2 a.m. So you learned to savor the hard road, and that made you, you. You built it all from nothing, without help, without an inheritance, without a safety net. That version of you isn't behind. You didn't miss the shortcut. You outgrew the need for one. Your path made you stronger. Every struggle didn't add rings to some tree. It sharpened your instincts while they followed marked trails. You were hacking through brush with nothing but grit. While they rested under shade, you were bleeding in the heart. That's why they don't get it. You didn't grow in safety. You adapted in chaos. You didn't walk a path. You carved one. And when the jungle pressed in, you didn't run. You adjusted your stance. That's not luck. That's survival. And survival built something. A struggle that the jungle respects. But one day, something breaks. And this time, it's not you. It's the lie. The one that told you to keep smiling, keep fitting in, keep shrinking so other people could feel comfortable. And one day, without warning, you just stop. You stop pretending you're okay for people who never ask if you are. You stop bending yourself to fit into spaces that were never built for you. Not to prove a point, but just because you're done. And from that moment on, you move differently. Not louder, just clearer. Because now, you know exactly who you are and what you're not. You're not chasing validation anymore. You're not waiting for approval. You're walking through the same jungle. But now, the jungle moves out of your way. The predators feel it. The obstacles feel it. You didn't get lucky. You got real. And nothing hits harder than someone who finally decides they're done asking for permission. Look around at your life now. The progress, no matter how small, you built this from scratch. You didn't have a map to navigate the jungle, no guide, no signal flare, just instinct. You chose to move forward anyway. You chose to become a predator instead of prey. When that night got cold, you figured out how to build a fire with nothing but rocks and willpower. When that trail disappeared, you made one. That's not luck. That's survival. And survival sharpens you into something the jungle can't ignore. So when you finally taste the success that's coming, and believe me, it is coming, it will taste sweeter because you know exactly what went into making it. Blood, sweat, tears, and a refusal to quit. That's what separates the ones who survive from the ones who rise. There's a moment, your moment, the one no one else saw, but you'll never forget. A private breaking point buried into your memory. Maybe it happened in your car, parked in some empty lot after a call that wrecked you. Maybe it was at 2 a.m., staring at the ceiling, too numb to cry, too wired to sleep. There was no post, no call for help, just you and the silence. And in that silence, when everything felt like it was caving in, you did something no one else will ever understand. You didn't quit. You took a breath. You chose to see one more sunrise. And somehow, step by step, you moved forward. Not because it was easy, not because someone saved you, but because something in you refused to stay down. And that moment built something inside of you that no one can take away. Conviction. That wasn't the moment you broke. It was the moment the jungle heard you whisper, "I'm not done." The line in the dirt where you stopped running and started standing. When the next storm comes, and it will, you won't flinch because pain already tried to break you and failed. You move forward with no map, no light, no one watching, just instinct, scars, and a decision to survive. That wasn't the night you became fearless. That was the night the jungle took notice. But the funny thing about the strongest people, they don't need to prove anything. You'll see it in how they move, measured, grounded, certain. There's a look in their eye, not pride, not arrogance, just history, pain, survival. And the jungle recognizes that. Let your walk remind them who you are. Because a tiger doesn't need to announce itself to the jungle. It just moves and everything else adjusts. You adapted to it. You became it. Nobody handed you answers. Nobody gave you permission. You're not a product of pain. You're proof that pain doesn't get the final say. You took every hit, every lie, every "you're not good enough," and used it to build something they never saw coming. Now, when you move through this jungle, it's not with fear, it's with ownership. You know the terrain, you know the traps. You've bled here, you starved here, built here. So no, you don't owe anyone a map. Let them get lost. Because you didn't just survive the wild. You claimed it, made it yours. And if they can't keep up, let them fall behind. You've got a life to build, and this time, you're not slowing down for anyone. So on the days you feel like you're crawling or holding on by a thread, forcing a smile that barely holds, remember this. Even predators lie low before they attack. Even lions have quiet days in the shade, eyes open, breath steady, waiting. Not because they're weak, but because the real ones don't rush to kill. You're not falling behind, you're positioning. You're not lost, you're learning the terrain, tracking patterns, waiting for your moment. Because when it comes, you won't hesitate. You'll attack with the full force of the jungle behind you. You weren't made to follow trails, you were made to carve them. And even on your quietest days, you're still the apex. Not because they see you, but because everything around you feels you coming. Because survival wasn't the goal, dominance was. This is your jungle now. Always remember, a person who needs nothing from anyone can do anything. And now that you stopped asking for permission, there's nothing left to stop you. They called you broken, but none of them saw the nights you fought alone. They pointed at your scars, called them flaws. But your scars aren't weaknesses, they're proof. Proof that what tried to bury you failed. Let's make something crystal clear. You're not weak. You're underestimated. And soon, they'll wish they haven't overlooked you. Because while they were busy judging your fall, they missed the quiet strength of your rise. They didn't see the countless mornings you chose courage over comfort. The world underestimated your silence, not knowing it was your preparation for something unstoppable. Because the second you stop believing that, this world will treat you like you never mattered. This world owes you nothing. Not kindness, not fairness, not even acknowledgement. You can pour your soul into your dreams, breaking yourself trying, and still watch someone else take what you've earned. Someone who never even had to struggle for it. This world rewards noise, not silent strengths. It punishes quiet warriors like you, the ones who endure quietly, bleed privately, and show up without applause. So yeah, maybe that's you. Maybe you're not the one getting noticed, but guess what? Just because you're not seen doesn't mean you're not fighting. Every unseen battle, every silent tear shapes the characters others wish they had. You're building a legacy in the shadows. And one day, they'll ask you how you did it. You keep saying you want change, but your actions scream something else. Scrolling, numbing, waiting, promising yourself that tomorrow you'll start. But tomorrow is never promised. If it was, why would you suddenly be different? Time doesn't pause for potential. It doesn't care about your dreams. It moves forward, brutally indifferent. So if you're serious about change, kill the version of you that chose comfort over progress. Because right now, someone else is living your dream. Not because they're better or smarter, because they're done making excuses. Every moment you hesitate, they've already taken another step. Don't wake up one day filled with regret, realizing the life you wanted slipped away while you watched. When you finally stop lying to yourself, you'll face a wall nobody even warned you about. The emptiness, the numbness. Days you'll move like a ghost, smiling while you're breaking, pushing forward when you're hollow. But hear this carefully. That numbness, it isn't weakness. it's forged. Discipline doesn't shout, it whispers. One more step. Even when every fiber begs you to stop. You don't win on the easy days. You win on the days you show up broken, but refuse to quit anyway. Those silent, painful steps build something inside of you, a strength that loud victories never can. Each day you show up is proof that you're becoming unstoppable. Eventually you'll fall, not gently, but face first into darkness. Breathing feels like drowning, and every small task becomes an impossible battle. But listen, rock bottom isn't your end. It's your beginning. It's when everything fake dies, and what's left, no matter how flawed, is real. So if standing hurts, crawl. If breathing hurts, fight for air. Because if you're still breathing, you're still in this fight. Rock bottom doesn't strip away illusions, leaving behind clarity and truth. It reveals your true self, forged in fire and pain, ready to build stronger and wiser. And even when you're moving, you feel the rage beneath your skin, anger at the world, at the unfairness, at yourself. But don't waste your rage blaming the world. Channel it inward and build something unstoppable. Hate your weakness, train it out. Despise your situation, change it. This isn't revenge, it's reclaiming your power. Rage isn't your enemy, wasting it is. Harness your storm and watch it become your strength. Turn that fire inward and transform it into fuel. Let every setback ignite a determination that refuses to fade. Your pain is your power, waiting to be unleashed. Stop waiting for a savior. You already became one. You've survived the silence. You've endured every night the world said you lose. You met rock bottom and it couldn't hold you. So stop asking permission to be great. The world won't give you what you were born to take. This isn't a motivation anymore. It's memory. Remember every scar, every fall, every breath that almost broke you. Remember what you survived when nobody clapped. Now rise up and make your pain worth it. Take every scar and wear it proudly, for each tells the story of your strength. Show the world what resilience looks like. You didn't come this far to only come this far. This is your moment. Claim it. You're in this gym for a reason. While others are sleeping or making excuses, you showed up. That already makes you different. But showing up, that's just the start. What you do here and now will define you. There's a voice inside you saying you could be great, that you will not be average. I know you hear it. It might be faint today, but after every rep, every drop of sweat, that voice gets louder. Right now, as you stand here, you have a choice. Settle or step up. Are you going to be the one who talks about their dreams or the one who works for them? So ask yourself, what did you come here for? To go through the motions or to transform yourself? Because this can be your moment to give everything you've got. No more waiting, no more tomorrow. You've said, I'll do it tomorrow too many times. And where did that get you? Today is the only day that matters. This set, this rep, this decision right now. You either find an excuse or you find a way. And today, you're finding a way. And let me tell you, it's gonna hurt. but let it hurt. Feel the burn in your muscles. Feel the weakness leaving your body. Feel the strain, the pounding heart, the sweat stinging in your eyes. Because that's the price of victory. Every heavy breath is building the strength and character inside you. So when your body screams, enough, you tell your mind, one more, and then one more. And I need you to remember why you started. Maybe it was to build a better body. Maybe it was to build a stronger mind. Maybe it was to prove something to yourself. Or maybe it was even to show the ones who doubted you. But whatever your reason is, hold on to it and grind forward. When you feel like you can't do another rep, when your legs are shaking, your arms are on fire, picture the man you're gonna be in a year because you did not quit. Picture that version of you, the one who pushed through because he's real, and you're creating him with every extra rep right now. Pain is temporary. Growth is forever. The pain will fade away. It always does. But quitting lasts forever. If you quit now, that regret will burn in your soul so long after your muscle ache is gone. So don't you dare quit. Embrace the pain. Love the pain. Because discipline is growth. No pain, no gain. These aren't cliches. They're laws of nature in the gym and in life. Suffer a little now to live the rest of your life as a champion. I want you to take a moment, look around the gym. Every person you see is fighting a battle that you know nothing about. But the greatest battle is always gonna be the one within. It's you versus you every damn day. You see, the weights, they're not gonna lift themselves. The mile's not gonna run itself. So you must do it. Stop competing with the guy next to you or some stranger on social media. You need to be competing with the you of yesterday. Make sure the you of tomorrow is thanking you for what you did today. Maybe you woke up tired. Maybe life hit you with some bad news. Maybe you don't feel 100%. You think that matters? Champions show up no matter what. They execute when they feel like it or not. This isn't about motivation. It's about commitment. Motivation comes and goes. Some days you're not gonna feel it. But discipline, that's what gets results. Discipline drags you out of bed. Discipline yanks you off the couch. Discipline says, I don't care if it's raining or I'm sore or if the world is against me. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to handle my business. So no more excuses. Flush them out of your mind. The moment an excuse pops up, I'm too tired. It's too hard. You shut it down and replace it with, I'll find a way. Be the person who finds a way, not who fabricates excuses. Excuses are for people who don't want it bad enough. But you, I know you want it. You wouldn't still be listening to this if you didn't want something big for yourself. So prove it. Prove it to yourself right now. Think about those who said you couldn't do it. Those who doubted you, laughed at you, or left you. You might feel a flash of anger or pain, but good. Use it, channel it, not to dwell on negativity, but to build strength. Every time you push that barbell up, that's you pushing past their doubts, Every time you grind out another rep, that's you grinding past your former limits. You're turning every you can't into yes, I damn well can. Now hear this loud and clear. Nobody's gonna give you anything in this life, so you got to take it. Success is not owned, it's leased, and rent is due every day. Payment is in sweat and hard work, so pay on it now. Pay on it again tomorrow. Pay on it every day, because there is no finish line. This is a lifestyle, a mentality. When you leave the gym today, you're not done. You're just getting started, because the discipline, the grit, the hunger, you cultivate it here, but it will feed every area of your life. You're creating a mindset that says, I don't back down. Not in the gym, not at work, not in relationships, nowhere. The iron you lift, it's training your mind to be iron as well. So ask yourself right now, what if I give it everything I have? What if I don't hold back 1 ounce of effort? Who would you become? Picture this, the greatest version of you, the absolute beast who has fulfilled his potential. Because he's not some distant dream. He's you just further down the road. And the only way to meet him is to put in the work today, right now. So don't surrender. And no one else can do it for you. Your friends can't do it. Your coach can't do it. Shit, I can't do it. Only you can. This is your fight. So fight for it. Guard your goals with your life, because your life is what they cost. When you struggle under the bar, when you fight for the last rep, that's you protecting your dream. Be proud of the struggle. Not everyone is willing to go through it, but you are. That's why you're gonna succeed when others fail, because you're willing to do what others won't. While others complain, you work. While others quit, you persist. While others wish, you act. Enough is enough. No more second guessing. No more maybe tomorrow. No more I can't. Can't is a lie. It's a fairy tale your fears tell you. The truth is, you can and you will. Now, you have the strength inside you that you haven't even met yet. And you're not gonna find it by taking it easy. You find it in the deep end of pain and struggle, when you're seconds away from failing and you dig deeper instead of giving up. So dig deep right now. Summon that last burst of power. One more rep. Do it. Rack the weight and realize you just became a little bit stronger than you were a minute ago. And that, well, that's progress. That's winning. That's what this is all about. Constant improvement, inch by inch, rep by rep, day by day. You might be tired. You might be sore even. Shit, you might have doubts. But you aren't defeated. You're far from it. You're driven. You're relentless. Because in this life, there's two types of people. Contenders and pretenders. Every time you refuse to quit, you solidify yourself as a contender, a warrior on the path to greatness. And the pretenders, they've already left the gym. They've given up when it got hard. But you're still here, and you're not done. So look at yourself in the mirror. Go ahead, do it right now. Because you see that person staring back. You might see sweat. You might see fatigue, but you know what I see? I see a champion in the making. So tell the person in the mirror, I'm proud of you, but we're not finished because we've got more to do. Because you do. This is a journey, and every day is an opportunity to get closer to the better version of yourself. So I need you to do one last thing. I need you to lock in. I need you to finish strong. Whether you're on your last set or you got another hour, I need you to attack it with everything you've got. No surrender, no regrets. Leave every ounce of effort on the floor. When you walk out of here, walk out with your head high knowing you gave it your all. Today, you should conquer the gym because tomorrow, you're gonna conquer the world outside. The discipline you owned here is gonna take place in your job, your relationships, and even your dreams. Because you're not just building your body, you're building your mind. So keep pushing. When you think you've reached your limits, remember, you have more in you. There's always another level. And you, my friend, you're gonna find it. Not by luck, not by chance, but by choice. Your choice every single day. So take a breath and get back to work. Because this is your time. Your greatness is waiting on the other side of this set. So claim it. Get up. Get after it and show the world what happened when a man refuses to quit. This is how winners are made, and you're a winner. Go make it happen. Unleash the beast and earn it. Let's go. Today, you fight. You know life isn't one comfortable journey. You'll be wounded, flat on your back, trapped inside your own mind with that dark little voice whispering inside you. And that's exactly what they want. They want you obedient. They want you exhausted, beaten down, losing one quiet battle at a time until you forget you were even fighting. Most men live lives of quiet desperation, settling for a dull ache of mediocrity. But this isn't about how many times you've been knocked down. It's about whether you get back up and fight anyway. It's about summoning strength when your body is broken and your hope is on life support. Pain doesn't ask for permission. It kicks in the door. It stays as long as it wants. And yeah, some days it feels like it never leaves. But despite what you believe, pain has a limit. It dies when you keep going. Quitting is different. Quitting is a wound that never heals, a scar on your soul that will carry forever. And every time you give up on what matters, a little part of you dies. The enemy isn't that pain. The enemy is the voice that says stop. But when that voice speaks, remember, quit lasts forever, but pain is fleeting. The hardest battles aren't fought in public. They're fought in your own mind. The difference between breaking down and breaking through is a flicker of thought, a moment of hesitation, the inches no one sees, a single negative thought. That is your battlefield, not the world outside, but the voice inside. Dreams don't die by others. They die quietly in your own mind. They die in the I can'ts and the maybe tomorrows. People don't kill your dreams. You do. Listen, you're not always gonna win. Some days you'll give your all, and still come up short. You'll wonder if any of it matters, if maybe they were right about you all along. But life doesn't care if you're tired. It doesn't wait for you to feel confident. It demands a decision. Everyone has those two voices in their head. But the difference between the loser and the victor is the voice you choose to listen to. The loser listens to, "Don't embarrass yourself. You're not good enough." But the victor, he acts on, "I know I can do more. I can be more." And whichever voice you feed, that's the one that wins. Most people don't fail because they're incapable. They fail because they choose comfort over growth. They start shrinking their dreams just to fit into the life that feels safe. They numb themselves with noise, with comfort, with sleep. You don't fear being inadequate. You fear you're powerful beyond measure. Because if you're capable, if you could be great, then why not act? What if your potential is limitless? Limitless potential is the nightmare of the dreamer, because it means escaping your reality, your safe, comfortable lifestyle, and challenging the impossible. So now what? Who do you want to be? Not the mask you show the world, but the real you underneath. The one who still has ambition burning inside. What would make you feel alive? Decide. Not tomorrow, not someday. Now. Why not you? Why not you? Why not shatter every limit doubt has imposed on you? Why not prove them all wrong? You've already been hurt. You've already been knocked down and left bleeding. So why stop now? You've paid for this pain. Now make it count. Stay down and your critics win. Get up and you become something they never saw coming. This isn't about feeling better. It's about getting out of the grave before they start writing your name on the stone. The climb back will be hell. Most people don't make it because they rather be liked than lethal. They rather be seen than sharpened. They want success, but not more than comfort, not more than sleep or parties or attention. But not you. Not anymore. You say you're not good enough? No shit. No one starts as a champion. No one is born ready. But some of us stay in the pain, the suffering, the misery, just long enough to earn our right to live life to its fullest. Skill ain't sexy. Greatness is built in hours and hours of work that nobody sees. Grinding, practicing, falling and trying again. It's not talent or luck. It's hard, unglamorous work. Are you willing to suffer now to soar later? Because if you're not using that pain to build, you're wasting it. Every setback, every rejection, turn that into motivation. Those who achieve greatness aren't spared adversity. They thrive on it. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion. So stand up, not because you're ready, but because you're done feeling sorry for yourself, because you're done choosing weakness over action. Be the storm that no one can predict, control, or ignore. Be the person who will not be broken, Show them what happens when someone who's been through hell decides he's not settling for a quiet death. Prove it now. Now let me show you how great I am. You keep waiting for a sign, for something to click, for the pain to stop so you can begin. But eventually, in the quiet emptiness and regret, will start asking you questions. You can't hide from them. Do you want change? Do you want purpose? Do you want to feel alive again? Then stop waiting for the world to pity you. Stop hoping someone else will come and save you. No more mentors. No more motivational fairy tales. No more someday. If there's something still inside of you that aches, you're still alive. It means your spirit hasn't surrendered. So turn around, look that demon in the eye, all the pain, all the fear, all the self-doubt, and ask, what else you got? Because it was never about the world. It was never about them. It was always you. There was never a limit, only the version of you that believed in one. Somewhere along the lines, someone told you to be realistic, to play it safe, to shrink your dream down so it didn't make others uncomfortable. You folded your dream so small you could fit into someone else's idea of success. You buried your fire just to blend it in with people who were never gonna see you anyway. That voice, that version of you, it died a long time ago. So don't listen to it. Not now. Not ever again. Because life, it doesn't hand you the dream. It hands you distractions. It hands you critics. It hands you pain. And if you're not ready, it will keep swinging until you surrender. You ever wonder why you're stuck? Why you feel like you're trying and nothing moves? It's not because you're weak. It's because you forgot what you're capable of. You can start from rock bottom and still rise to the top. Conor McGregor started on welfare, slept in his car. No spotlight, no sponsorship. Just a fire that refused to go out. Steve Harvey lost his family, lived out his car, used a lunchbox as a fridge and a Bible as his blueprint. Tyler Perry wrote the same play for 6 years, flopped 9 times. They laughed at him. Now he owns a studio bigger than Disney's in Atlanta. Eminem was broke, booed, and denied by every label. Now he's the reason half of them exist. These weren't overnight successes. They were just people. People who refused to lock the door on their dream. At some point, you stopped hoping someone saves you and you decide this is it. This is your year, your rise, your reroute. Because no one's coming to do it for you. And that's not a curse, that's your permission. So if you give it up on your dream, if you buried it in doubt, fear, or failure, it's time to dig it back up. You're not behind, you're not too late, you're just early in the story. You don't lack talent, you don't lack purpose, you lack one thing: permission. And this is your permission. You're allowed to want it. You're allowed to go all in. You're allowed to make this real. You only fail the moment you quit, not when you fall, not when you break, only when you stop showing up. Because most people don't fail because they weren't good enough. They fail because they believe the voices that told them they weren't. Doubt is loud, but your dream doesn't need to shout. It just needs you to listen. I know it's hard. I know your account's in the red. I know you cry in silence and still show up for everyone else. I know you wake up tired, grind through the day, and wonder if anyone even notices. But listen to me. If you give it everything you've got, if you keep showing up even when it's dark, even when it's lonely, even when no one claps, it will work out. It might cost you. You might live on ramen. You might break down your car with nothing but a half-charged phone and a dream no one believes in. But if you keep running, if you keep fighting, your dream will outlive your doubt. Discipline isn't sexy, it's silent. It's early mornings, late nights, no applause. It's choosing not to quit 1,000 times in a row. But it's what separates those who talk from the ones who rise. You didn't fall, you fell. And failing isn't failure, it's proof you were moving. Every bruise you carry, it means you showed up. Every scar, it means you survived. So don't just wear the pain. Own it. Reopen that door. Not just for the dream, but for the version of you who refused to quit. You didn't come this far to stop here. You didn't survive all that pain to quit before the breakthrough. The world doesn't need another quitter. It needs your comeback. So don't give up. You might have fallen, you might have fell off the track, but this isn't your ending, this is your reroute. Every scar, it's proof you survived.